Hey Carol, good to see you here. Hey everyone, let me know how long you've been playing the Oud for and where you're. Say hello in the chat. Love to see you guys here. This is how I warm up. Just kind of explore the range of the oud, let my fingers fly and go where they need to go, think about finger positions. I'm playing oud since the days of the cult of Osiris. Very cool, very cool. I wonder what ouds looked like back in the days of the cult of Osiris. So a couple cool things to share with you today. I started using this cool humidifier. This I have to thank my student Carol, who's commenting there, for this little tip, and also the inspiration behind this design of this rosette. This has actually been really good. I have noticed that the oud, especially on these cold, dry winters in Japan. Yeah, I'm still in Japan, of course. The oud sounds a lot warmer now that I'm using this. It sounds like it's just more alive when I pick it up in the morning and start playing. So it just goes nicely in between here. You can also use this humidifier on ouds that have no rosettes. That works great. Yeah, so it's been really nice. The one thing though, you have to use distilled water for this. So I had to go to the pharmacy to pick up a bottle of distilled water. So that you don't get like mold growing. Yeah, I really do like this. This is great, Carol. I'm really glad that you learned about these and shared this with me. Yeah, very helpful. I use a room humidifier as well in the winters. We get here in Himeji, we get 30% humidity. Like, it's super dry. I've never experienced being in a dry climate where like your fingers can crack if you're not careful, if you don't moisturize your fingers. It gets that dry. Like the other day we were at like 26% humidity. It was pretty dry. Not as dry as where Carol's from, but it gets quite dry. So this is really nice and helpful for ouds. But yeah, I use a room humidifier as well all the time, like almost 24 hours, humidifying the room where I keep my ouds. Another cool thing that I picked up, which I haven't installed yet, but should work quite nicely, are these guitar hangers. Now the cool thing about this is that it's meant to be adjustable, so that you can change the height of these guys for uneven headstock. So that's very cool. So hopefully the idea is going to be that you can put the oud on here, and of course one peg is going to be higher than the other, and that they're going to balance out on the wall. So this is great. I really like this product. I haven't installed it yet, but it looks great. It looks promising. So yeah, so that I'm excited to put that up there. Right now, all my ouds are on guitar stands, and they're not great. They take up a lot of space, so I'm looking forward to get some of these on the wall, hang them properly. Yeah, really nice little product. We'll see how it goes. What else is happening? We've got a foundation program promotion this month, and one of the bonuses that I'm including is going to be a video exchange thing. And what that means is as you're progressing through the program, if you're one of the people who get the bonus, if you've enrolled during this enrollment in the foundation program, you get 5 video exchanges with me. So that means that you can film your progress, send me the video, and I'll send you a video back giving you tips on how to improve, what you can do differently, giving you direct feedback. That's really helpful for people, especially people who don't have anyone to check their oud playing, and that will serve as a way to get you to move ahead faster with the Oud Foundation program. All right, so let's get into some oud playing. Do you guys have any questions for me right now? Anything you want to explore in the oud, any techniques or whatnot? Let's just do some, go over the tuning. I've got my oud tuned to C, G, D, A, F, and C. And we're going to do some little exercises. Let's start in the first position. So our hand is all the way to the left here. And we've got your third finger on the note C or Do. And then we're going to do a beat of 4. We're going to go through the whole scale. We've got C, Do, D, Re, E flat, Mi bemol, F, Fa, G, A flat or La bemol, and then B natural. We're going to use the B natural on the way up, C, and then Do, C at the top. So you do like a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And come back down. Use the B flat on the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another little level up from this is doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, B flat. Next level above from this is to do 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a down up 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 down up. Down B flat. great warm-up. Now the idea with this is to, of course, get faster, especially with the 16th notes. That's really key. When you get faster with the 16th notes, then you can start to do a lot more on the oud. So you choose a beat for yourself, a groove, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So, try to go faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like so. Now, maqam nahawand. Nahawand usually played on the C note. From the C note, that's the tonic. And we've got the notes. Nahawand pentachord here, Jins Nahawand, 5 notes. Below the tonic, we use the B natural. Now, on the top, we've got 2 ajanas or tetrachords that we can use. We could either use the Hijaz tetrachord, which is G, A flat, B natural, C, moving toward the tonic, using that B natural. Or you can use the Kurd tetrachord. Using the B flat. Usually when melodies focus on the G note, B flat is used, so Jins Kurd on G is used. And then when melodies move toward the tonic and center around the tonic, usually B natural is used in maqam nahawand. So sometimes you hear ascending with B natural, descending with B flat. Good question about the plectrum, Carol. These plectrums are from Sultan Instruments, the people who make this oud, Yildirim Palabiyik ouds. And I've been using this red risha for lessons just because it's easier for you to see. Right now I have these black nylon strings on the C and the G courses, so this is more for visual, as a visual aid. But I actually like some of the firmness of this. Of the plastic rishas that I use, these are kind of fun, and I kind of like them. I've been trying to play with them more, even though most of the time I gravitate toward more heavier, rounder shape plectrums like this. These are more round, but I've been just playing with these a lot, and they're kind of fun. Okay, so let's do some more exercises in Nahawand. Think of patterns of 3 or 4 notes. 4 notes is always a good one. So you start on C, go up 4 notes. And then start on the next note, which would be D. Then E flat. F, then G, and then you can start coming down from there, from D, B flat, C, B flat, E, A flat, G, F, and then stop on the C. So F. Make it, the reason we stop at another C there is to make it end with a downstroke and it feels more resolved. And stop like that. Let's try that again. Starting on C, D, natural. Now I went up to D this time, so I'm going to start coming down on the E flat. B flat. These are just some improvised ways because it's Maqam Nahwan, you have to think about how you're going to end the exercise and end on the right note, end on the tonic. So depending on how far up you go with the 4 notes, you have to start coming down a certain way. So if you go up to the tonic, G, A flat, B natural, C, then it makes sense to start the descending pattern 1 note above where you ended. So start on D. If you go up higher, then start the next note and then keep going down. Now, E flat to B natural, you want to resolve on C, so you end there. If you go a little faster, it sounds like this. It's just an exercise, so it doesn't need to be perfect. It's just helping your hand get warmed up. And you can do all kinds of combinations like that. All right, so any questions you guys have about oud playing? It sounds like people have been playing for a few years maybe. Yeah, I'd love to know what you guys want to know. I'm happy to answer any questions. I've got about 15 minutes left. Yeah, what else can we talk about here? I don't know if you guys have seen this new oud that I got designed by for Sultan Instruments. This is an oud that's only being sold through OudforGuitarists. It's got a Wenge back, guitar pegs, guitar gear tuners for ease, and 1 single sound hole for reminiscent of those older single sound hole Egyptian ouds. And it's a 60 centimeter scale length, so 60 centimeters from the nut to the bridge. And I find that this is a really nice balance between comfort and large size oud, so it's good. That's a good question. Let's go through that, going to the bass strings. Okay, so in my tuning we have, in the last bass strings we got A, F, and C. And you can stay in the first position and play all these notes. We have C. Now if you want to descend, you can descend either with the B flat or the B natural. That's up to you. Let's descend using the B flat just for consistency. So C, B, A, A flat. C, B flat, A flat will be on the 3rd finger on the F string, and then 2nd finger for G, F, and then E flat 3rd finger, and then D 2nd finger, and C. So if you want to go up, I use the B natural on the way up just for consistency, being like that, about using that Jins Hijaz on the way up to the tonic. You can use the B flat if you wish. It doesn't matter too much. It's just an exercise. Now it's tricky when you go. This is really a hard movement, moving second finger from G, third finger to A flat, then second finger to B, and then 3 to C. Because when you do F, G, A flat, B natural, you gotta get that second finger back to the G. So that's how we go up there. It's hard. It's a bit tricky. There's other ways to do it, of course. But if you can get that fast, that's usually all you need. F, G, A, B, G, A, B, C. The tricky thing about moving from the A string to the F string is that sometimes you don't have an open string. We don't have the A natural in this maqam, so you gotta go right to your closed position. First finger, third finger. It's kind of challenging to do that. I don't play around down here so much with scales, just as supporting notes. So this is a bit tricky. You have to think about it. See, even I'm making mistakes. Great exercise. That's tricky there too. Going down is a bit easier for some reason. That's tricky. It's a lot of work for the second finger. So even such a simple exercise, even if you've been playing for 20 plus years like I have, even a simple exercise can still increase your ability. You can see that I'm making mistakes, and it's still, benefiting me to do these simple exercises. Yeah. So even the simplest exercise, if you take it further, try to do it faster and faster, it can still have benefits, immense benefits. For example, like I was using this one exercise, which is in the foundation program. This one is similar. You just go up note by note and come down. It's in different maqam though. This exercise, I was using this for like probably a few years just to warm up, and it still just is very useful to do. It keeps your fingers fresh, and even a simple exercise can go a long way. Question about the maqam diagram that I give in the foundation program. Yeah, thanks. That's a very good question. That is mostly for somebody who has, let's say, heard of the name of so-and-so maqam and wants to figure it out on the oud. It's for somebody who may have some knowledge of maqams by name and want to explore it, and that's a place where you can see kind of in a diagram form. Some people are visual learners, to learn where the notes are and see the distance relationship between them on a physical diagram. And so it gives you that bird's eye view of the fingerboard, and it's something you can then go through and just try to play the scale to get practice putting the fingers in the right spot. So that's how I would suggest using the diagram. Just playing the notes as they start. The main note is a different color than the other notes on that diagram, so you'd start there and then work your way up, and just follow the notes all the way on the diagram. It helps you try to map it out. Let's see here. Another question. When it comes to putting strings on pegs, there's so many different ways of doing it, and a lot of people, if you go and look at diagrams, you'll find different ways. Don't get too hung up on it. If you're just putting it on for yourself and for the first time, just do what makes sense for you. Like, it should be okay. Just start like a guitar in a linear way. Go C, C, G, G, D, D, A, F, F, C if you want. It works. I do that on some of my ouds too. Just do it that way. Don't worry about diagrams and stuff. Just put it on the peg that works for you if it makes sense. Yeah, don't think about it too much, because there's all kinds of different ways of doing it, and it's better to just do it a way that makes sense to you and go for it. When I played bass, I always tried to play all the notes from top to bottom. Yeah, good suggestion. All right. So any other questions you guys have? There are links if you're interested in enrolling in the foundation program. There are links in the description on how to get there. That's www.OudforGuitarists.com/foundation program. That's in the description. You can check that out there. Let's see here what else I can mention. Yeah, the bonus for enrolling this special enrollment will be the video exchange. So 5 videos. You can send me up to 5 videos throughout the time that you're going through the foundation program, and I'll send you video responses back to help you, give you better tips and more focused on what your needs are, and these videos will help you progress faster and avoid bad habits perhaps that you might get just by learning by yourself and teaching yourself. Good question, Maria. Should one use a tuner to make sure you're getting each note correct? Yes and no. It's tricky because the tuners are not designed to give you immediate feedback. They're on what note you're hearing, on what note you're playing. And because of the fretless nature of the oud, sometimes the tuners don't pick it up correctly. Tuners are made to hear one note in a quiet environment and tell you where that is, and so that you can adjust the tuning. That's basically what you're doing, but because of the nature of the way that the tuners work, they're not always that accurate. But if you need to start that way, sometimes that's all you should start with. But after a while, what you need to do is refer to your open strings to make sure you're getting the note right. And that takes a bit of time. So yeah, use the tuner for now. Like, let's say you're trying to find the note C on the fingerboard, and I'll show you an example of this. Maybe I can show you in my screen. This is a good question. I have a lot of students who do this, who use the tuner, and that's okay. It is helpful at first. Hopefully you can see this. Okay. All right, so you can see what's happening here. So try to find the note C. Okay, it does a pretty good job. Let's see C sharp. Okay, it's showing D flat. That's great. Now you don't need to aim for perfection. Just get it somewhere around there. The way that we tune the oud sometimes it's not with equal temperament. These tuners are meant to pick up, are calibrated for equal temperament. Oud Middle Eastern music doesn't use equal temperament, so that's why, for example, the D is a little bit sharp. You can see the needle is a little bit off center, and that should be normal. What we usually do is we use the tuner to tune up one string, let's say our G. We tune it, get in the center, and then we tune the rest of them by ear according to what the G sounds like. We try to figure out what D should sound like by listening to G. We look for that relationship and we tune it up according to what our ear sounds, so what sounds good to our ear. But you can use a tuner for the most part. See, what happens here is it gets confusing. When you hit the A flat, sometimes it's in the center, sometimes the tuner is going to think it's not in the right note. So it can be confusing. So that can be useful. What you want to eventually learn to do is to rely on your open strings to give you the relative pitches that you need. For example, D. You hear this D and you want to find your D with the second finger on the C string. You match those two notes by ear. So if you're playing here, you want to adjust to find that note. Use your open string. Same for the A. You've got an open A string, so you can help find your second finger on A on the G string there. And then the same for the fifth relationship. So like these notes A and E sound harmonious together. So you can hear how those frequencies are blending together so nicely that they sound good, sounds harmonious together. If your finger is off by a bit, you get this crunchy sound. So you adjust and find that beautiful harmonious sound. That'll help you get your finger in the right spot, and from there you can guess where the other fingers might go. And you're always adjusting. The oud always keeps us on our toes. We always have to second guess. We always have to listen to the open strings. We rely on the open strings a lot to make sure our tuning is correct. Same for the third finger position. Like we've got these minor third relationships, G to B flat. This is a very harmonious note combination. As soon as you get more exposed to this and you start to remember how these relationships sound, then you don't need to rely so much on the tuner to tell you if you're hitting the right note. But it takes experience. So yeah, use the tuner for the moment, but these harmonic relationships are going to help. I have to go into this in more detail. It might be confusing at this point what I'm talking about here. So it takes some time to go into it, but for the moment, use your tuner, help you guide you a little bit, and then start to use the open strings to help you know where to go. For example, you want to find that C, hit your open C string down here, and try to find the note. Alright, I've got to get going, so thanks so much for joining me today. If I haven't answered all your questions, email me at support@OudforGuitarists.com. and happy to help you out. Yeah, you can cross fret to tune by ear. So yeah, we don't really cross fret to tune by ear. What we do is we tune to one note, G, and then we try to tune a fourth, the next string to a fourth from that. So G, G, A, B, C. So we want to tune this one to C. So you use your knowledge of those relationships. G, A, B, C, G, C, G, C. can also use the the harmonics that are on there, but it's harder. So this is D harmonic. So you can use that harmonic to tune your D. You can do that, but I prefer just to go by ear. I sing one note, try to find C, G, this is what I want G to sound, A, B, C. I just sing the major scale, G, A, B, C, and then I tune. All right. Yeah, these do keep the tuning a bit easier. What you avoid is the pegs from popping out during dry times when the moisture sucks the moisture out of the wood. It helps prevent that, so that's really nice. It does keep the tuning a bit, but there's a lot of factors that go into what makes the tuning go out. So it's not just pegs. It's the shape of the wood, the humidity, everything changes the shape. The wood is always moving with humidity. All right, I gotta get going, so thanks so much for joining me. Any questions I haven't answered, email me at support@OudforGuitarists.com. That's here. And hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.